Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey! It's fun!
Nah, but real talk, we got Doug Stanhope on chemicals. And that's next up. Bow.
About tomorrow, yeah, I'm coolin' like gelato, or like Northern Colorado. Dog, I stay up on that throttle. I ain't worried about tomorrow. I ain't worried about tomorrow. I ain't worried about tomorrow. No, coming from the.
How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully y'all love that little Fat Albert snippet. It takes me back to my childhood days, bro. They just don't make cartoons the same way that they used to. It's a shame. It's a real shame. Kids these days are missing out. Cartoons, those cartoons, bro. Those Saturday morning cartoons. But yo, if you're new to the channel, well, go on. How you doing? My name's Owolabby. My goal is to provide you with content that makes you laugh, brightens up your day. But content is also informative and gives you insights that make your own personal life better. Sorry? So if you're rocking with me, feel free to take our relationship further by subscribing to the channel. If not, I don't know what to say. And if you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you for continuing to come back and watch these videos. I'm grateful. I don't take it for granted at all. You could literally be watching anything online, but you're here, so I appreciate you. So we got Doug Stanhope. You know, he's one of those comedians that has to grow on you for you to really like him, you know what I'm saying? But he's gonna be talking about chemicals. And again, if any of y'all are struggling with addiction, any type of drug addiction, and I'm not just talking about those hardcore drugs, not just heroin or methamphetamine or whatever it is, but also if you're just struggling with marijuana, coffee, alcohol, porn, if you're something that you want to stop doing, but you're having issues like stopping it, and it's affecting your life in a negative manner, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, I got you the keys on how to really go about mastering that drug, or mastering that activity, if you're addicted to gambling even, and rather than having that activity be the master of you. It says that he who masters himself masters all. So let's get into it.
This whole fucking generation is so unbelievably sad. If you're just getting to like partying age, you're fucked. There's nothing going on in this country anymore. It's done. Last call. It's just a suck generation. It's the most boring fucking generation in the history of people. It's all dumbed down and watered. When's the last time you heard stories about rock and roll bands chucking TVs out of hotel windows or any of that shit that used to be fun? Like there was fun in the world. Some of this is gonna make me sound like a grumpy old fuck, and I am, but I have just cause. There's nothing. As people get older, the older you get, the more bitchy you get. Because that's just natural. The more you've done shit, the more jaded you get. But I think we're gonna be the first generation of old people. As soon as someone gets old, they complain about the new kids and, oh, these kids today, look, they're crazy. It's always that it used to be always that the new generation was too deviant. These kids are out of control. They're crazy, they're immoral, look at what they're doing. In our day, if we wanted fun, we just went to a barn dance, and we didn't even finger fuck till we were like 35 years old. But these kids today, it was always that the new generation was over the top, and we're gonna be the first generation of elderly people complaining, but in the opposite fashion, where we're going, look at these kids today, these half faggots. We used to do crank off of titty dancers and shit. It was no one got hurt. We had a lot of fun. We got some good stories and herpes out of the deal. It was a fucking good time. The blisters bring me back. These pussies, they drink a Red Bull for some pep, and they prefer if you went on the patio for a cigarette. And the closest they come to a fist fight is on a message board somewhere.
Keyboard warriors, Twitter fingers.
My girl, I'm gonna delete you from my MySpace friend. That's a block user in your future, faggot. They're about to start piss testing for adrenaline in the workplace. That's how sad this country's getting. shaking your urine in front of you. Is that yours, Donnie? It looks a little cloudy. Have you been having fun on the weekend? Are we not enough fun for you here at the Verizon wireless family? You need to seek it elsewhere? I don't think you're a team player. That's why I love hearing people go, oh, that town, that's like 20 years behind the times, that fucking place. Book me there. I had fun 20 years ago. I can still smoke indoors. Oh, I got ecstasy, still pure, uncut, and readily available? Oh, shit. What cavemen they must be. The only drugs that are even popular anymore, all the dummy drugs, all the drugs that make you more boring, all the mood stabilizer, antidepressant. Everyone's got some mental disorder they've been diagnosed with, and they take a fucking pill. They push them on me all the time. I got ruin so many relationships because I fucking think all the time. Sorry. Oh, jeez. You think it's ADD? No, it's not ADD. I'm thinking. I'm thinking about a lot of stuff. It's not ADD. Yeah, I stutter a lot and I fuck stuff up, but that's because I'm always thinking, well, you're not listening to me. Because I'm thinking about something that's more interesting than you. I'm trying to build a perfect utopian society in my head. And what are you talking to me about? Bowling or what? And I do. I have a head that just won't shut the fuck up. Where do the ideas come from? Do you have a head like that? Do you have the brain that just won't shut the fuck up all the time? You learn to work with it. Did you ever try to do this? I tried this in July in Tucson, Arizona, and failed miserably. Did you ever try to sleep sober? Ever try to do that? It's completely impossible. I tried. I got a meeting at 6:30 in the morning. I got a flight to LA for a meeting, so I'm trying to be responsible. And I'm just laying there in a hotel. No people or conversation, no distractions, sober, and no television, just your head on a pillow. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you mother... Because that's when the carnival kicks into high gear. You're almost 40 years old, you fucking loser. How long are you gonna do this? How long are you just gonna get drunk and amuse shitheads for a living? Well, there must be something that rhymes with orange, lorange, smorange, orange. This fucking music is playing in there and it always sucks. We didn't start the fire. Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna go to bed! 3 more hours, I'm gonna sleep. And my ex-wife is in there. You never took me to the botanical garden. It was always about you. You fucking megalomaniac. You never cared. I was dying of loneliness. It was always better since the world was turned. Shut the fuck up! You're gonna sleep. Well, I ain't not taking fucking medication for it. That's also where the ideas come from. I'll just pour some alcohol on that when it happens and try to even it out. You work with your problems. Fucking everyone's taking pills just because you're afraid of standing out or... I was terrified when my doctor told me that I had a unique and interesting personality trait. But then he told me about new Zoloft or Prozac, and I just take 3 pills a day and I blend into this fucking horrible inbred corporate landscape, and I don't care. They'll legalize any drug so long as that drug keeps you producing. That's all they give a shit about is production. You're kicking out enough boxes at the plant? Well, go. Whatever keeps you doing that. Keeps you vaguely content sitting in a cubicle. Go ahead. FDA approved.
FDA approved. Yo, I genuinely believe, if any of y'all, if it's boring being sober, I think you need to cut back on whatever it is you're taking. Heroin, weed, coffee, gambling. It's not like it's a substance, but like it's still an addiction. You can get addicted to it. Or alcohol even, right? Like, can you have fun without that substance? Can you still chill with your friends and have a good time without that substance? If it's become something that you're heavily dependent on almost every day, ask yourself why, right? For example, one of the things I've seen with alcohol is that it negatively affects your skin, right? If you constantly every weekend going out drinking, it can weather the cleanliness and the complexion of your skin, right? You start seeing more black spots, less pore receptions, all that stuff, right? So I say once every 2 weeks, if you can't go a week without your substance of choice, like even 2 weeks, you can't go 2 weeks without your substance of choice, you are addicted to it. I know some people, depending on when you started taking it, how long you've been taking it, and how often you take it, it can be addictive to you, right? People say weed is not addictive, but if you can't stop taking it for 2 weeks, you're probably addicted to it, right? So some people, their drug or chemical, quote unquote, will affect them in a financial means, right? Like they keep spending money that they don't have or that they can't afford on that drug, alcohol, weed, whatever it is. But for me, it was more so porn. So I kept spending time I didn't have on porn. So rather than doing my homework, rather than making it on time to the meeting or whatever it is I was doing at that time, I would rather see, can I squeeze in porn real quick and watch it? And stuff like that, right? So again, if any of y'all struggling with addiction, like I'm really a big proponent on my channel about letting go of addictions. This is, apart from reacting to comedy, I also talk about addiction related stuff, right? And overcoming that. So if any of y'all are struggling with it, I got you. I have a whole email series that will help you better understand how you became addicted and the necessary steps to overcome it. There's certain meditation practices you should be implementing, and there's certain foods that you should be taking that make this whole process of recovery a lot smoother and less strenuous on your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Doug Stanhope, always a truth teller, always saying it how it is. Yeah. God bless, much love, peace, and joy, namaste. Check out some of my other videos in the cards, the description, and pinned comment. And again, check out the Truth for Addiction email series. I'll link in the pinned comment as well. God bless, much love, peace, and joy, namaste. And always remember, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. What you're watching, what you're listening to, what you're eating, doesn't nurture you or make you better, cut it off. I found. Deuces.
To the bands, I'ma land where I plan, ayy. And I don't give a damn if you tell me that I can, yeah. Fucking this shit up I won't, ayy. Worry about shit and I don't, ayy. I know that nothing that coming is gonna put me in a place I fall, so I'm going ain't looking back, yeah.